Hey creative friends, here we are on day 4 of our cross-country trip. It is 10:54 and actually we left my cousin's house at about 10:30, right? Went out and had a great breakfast. Last night we had such a fun time. We saw my dad's sister, my great aunt Shirley, and she is a kick in the pants. She's his favorite aunt. So we got she's awesome. We got to see Shirley, got to see my cousin and his wife and his daughter and his granddaughter, and we all went out to eat, and it was so much fun. And we dropped off that Vespa scooter, so looky there. There's nothing in the back of the truck except for our luggage, which gives Snickers a lot more room, right? Snickerdoodle. That's right. So anyway, so here we are. We're heading from Denver to Kearney, Nebraska, which is where we plan to stay tonight. So I got to get on the phone and I got to start looking up pet-friendly hotels. And I will post days 1, 2, 3, and then 4, 5, 6, and then so there'll just be two or 3 videos depending on how long they are. But anyway, there you go. I don't know. We're on our way, and I'll just show you more as we go. Okay, here we are at a rest stop, and this one's nice. It has a little doggy run area for Snickers can walk around, but he's not wanting to play. He's wanting to sniff. But this is it. I'm looking for something that stands out, that's interesting, that tree. But this is pretty much it. So I don't have anything exciting. However, I will continue to try to find things that are interesting so that I can tell you about them. Okay, here's something. Other than this, but the roads have like these bumps all the way, so it's like vibrating the hole. I can't even crochet. I can't get my needle in the hole. But I gotta show you guys this train. Like, the trains are incredibly long. That started way back there, and look at that. It just goes on forever. And we noticed that before, but I didn't video it. But look, it is a long train, and that's kind of cool to see. You know, when we were kids and we used to drive, we would go like through Nebraska and Colorado and down into Texas. And my grandpa, the way he would keep us occupied was he would pick something in the distance and he would have us guess how many miles it was. And like the one that got the closest would get like a dime or a quarter or something. But that was always a fun game. Like he would say, like, that group of trees or that green sign, how far do you think it is? And we'd have to guess. That was kind of fun, kept us occupied. Okay, here is one of the things that's like a thing that we do to keep it entertained. On my Fitbit, there's this little thing on there, which is the states. So we look for the states, and I'll tell you what states of license plates we've seen so far. Alabama, Arizona, California, Colorado, Florida, Idaho, Kansas, Iowa, Maine, Massachusetts, Mississippi, Nebraska, Nevada, New Mexico, New York, Ohio, Oregon, Tennessee, Texas, Utah, Vermont, Tennessee, Texas, Utah, what else we got? Virginia, Washington, West Virginia, and Wyoming. That's who we have so far. So who knows? We're just Massachusetts. I think I missed that one. So we're just going to keep doing this, and hopefully we'll get all 50 license plates. Okay, here is a midday check-in. See this sign that says Haxton, Sedgwick, next 8 miles. So I'm going to tell you, at one time in our life, when our daughter was a baby, we lived in Haxton. And that's where my family is all like Haxton people. And then my folks actually moved to Sedgwick, which in the 2010 census had 146 people that live there. But they bought this it was a bank hotel. It was like a hotel that had the bank downstairs and everything. It was really cool. And I ended up, I don't even know how this happened, but we ended up owning the high school building there. My parents had like a manufacturing thing and they needed those 2 big buildings. But anyway, it's kind of cool. So we're going to stop. We still have to get to Connecticut by Saturday, so we don't have much messing around time on the way. But on the way back, we're going to stop and take a look at the old high school and the old hotel. And that'll be fun to check it out, and we'll show you guys. Okay, just so that you know, we are now in Nebraska. No sign. Again, they just don't care that you know. It pretty much looks the same. Anyway, so that gives us Oregon, Idaho, Utah, Wyoming, Colorado, Nebraska, 6 of our 13 states. We are done, and we're about halfway through. Well, that's super cool. All right, we've stopped at this rest stop, and this is actually really cool. You can see out there, they look like wagon wheels. And there's a sign here, and it's the Great Platte River Road. And this was the Platte River Valley, America's Great Road West. It provided natural pathway for westward expansion across the continent during the 19th century. Here passed the Oregon Trail following the South Platte River along much of the same route as the highway over which we're traveling today. Beginning in 1841, nearly 250,000 travelers crossed the plains to Oregon and California over this important overland route. Here at O'Fallon's Bluffs, the wagon trains faced one of the most difficult and dangerous spots in the trail. The Platte River cut directly against the bluff, making it necessary to travel the narrow roadway over O'Fallon's Bluffs. Deep sand caught the wheels, the wagon wheels, and Indian attacks were always a danger. A few feet southeast of this point, the ruts made by thousands of wagon wheels still remain. Although first traveled primarily by people immigrating, the trail was later used by the Pony Express and became an important freight and military route. With the completion of the Transcontinental Railroad across Nebraska in 1867, travel on the trail declined. Although the danger and hardships faced by early travelers no longer exist, the Great Platte Valley route remains an important modern thoroughfare across Nebraska and across the nation. That's very cool. I saw those and thought, I wonder what that is. So I walked down here and there's a whole thing, and there's another bit over there that tells a little bit more. But this is one of the things that's out here that people don't take time to see. I think it's very cool. I love these things. So what I just read about is at that little stand. So I'm coming up here, and you can see where they've used the bricks to show the trails. And if you look over there, you can see what would be the stagecoaches. And here they come along there. Very cool. So how you doing, dear?
Fantastic.
You're loving the driving, aren't you?
Yeah.
You really are, huh?
I do like
We're having a good time. Really are having a good time. Right now here we are in the heartland of America. It's actually, I love it. I mean, it doesn't look like much, but there's so much history. So much history here, and it's very cool. And we're coming up to Kearney, Nebraska, where we're going to spend the night. But there is a bridge that goes over the top of the freeway that has, I guess they were saying there's all kinds of historical displays and stuff. So I will show you that here as soon as we get to it. Well, it appears the bridge is not at the exit that we're supposed to take. So we're assuming it must be further down. So we'll see if it's there tomorrow on day 5 of our trip. But until then, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.